Pot roast is one of the most comforting fall meals in my opinion, especially when it's paired with my homemade white truffle garlic mashed potatoes. It's so good, so let me show you how I make it. I start by adding a little bit of oil and some salt and steak seasoning to both sides of my chuck roast, and then I use my hand just to press those seasonings in. At this time, I also prep my beef broth. You want it to be a little bit overly concentrated to compensate for all the meat that you're making, so I'm using Better Than Bouillon and beef bouillon powder. Next, you'll just sear your roast on each side until it's golden brown just like this, and then you'll remove it from the pot and lower the heat. I like to add my tomato paste to the pot before I add my vegetables. That way it gives the sugars in the tomato paste a little bit of time to toast, and that way it creates really good flavor. Next, you'll just add your vegetables, a little bit of salt to help them sweat, and then some of that beef broth you made to deglaze the bottom of the pan, and then you'll stir that around and add some minced garlic. You'll also add some Worcestershire sauce at this time, and then I go in with my red wine, and then once you stir that in, you'll just let that reduce a little bit before adding back your roast. I then added the rest of my beef broth, some potatoes, the juices from the plate my roast was sitting on, and then golden steers French cuff seasoning. For my herbs, I used tarragon, thyme, and bay leaves, and then I covered it and baked it for about 3.5 hours. Once it was done, I removed the roast and all the vegetables, and I was left with the juices, which I added a cornstarch slurry to and some butter and made some gravy to top it with, and this is how it turned out. This recipe is definitely a must-try for the fall months, so definitely try it out and let me know what you think, and let me know if you want that mashed potato recipe.